Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a little update on the Amber Alert here in East Tennessee on Summer Wells. She's a 5-year-old little girl that's still missing. And we have a little bit of news about Terrell Rhodes in the Amari Nicholson case. Here we go. First, we're going to go over Amari. The police have now released the video of part of the interrogation where Terrell Rhodes draws them a map and confesses to where Amari's body is, and then he's trying to pull his hands out of the cuff on the table, and then the police come in and we know that he stole one of the officer's guns out of her holster, and there ended up being 4 law enforcement officers in the room that wrestled it back from him. Luckily nobody was hurt, but we have that video footage and we're gonna watch it.
Out of here. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. I can't go back. I can't go back. Relax. Which hand is it? Got it! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun, dude! Drop the gun! You got his hand? No, drop the gun! Drop the gun! Terrell, drop the gun! You're making things worse! Alright, go drop the gun! Drop the gun! Drop the gun! I got his right hand. Where's the point? Drop the gun! You got it? Got it. Patrol here! Give me the gun. Got it. My wrist! Stay there! Stop resisting there, alright? Stop resisting! Grab the cop's gun, will you relax? Get patrol here. I don't have a radio.
So if you missed it at the very beginning, he's saying, let me out of here, I can't go back. And now we know he does have a criminal record. He's been to jail. He knows this is not going to be fun. I don't know if he knows how fun it's going to be going in, confessing to murdering a child. That's not going to be pleasant for him. I don't know where he's at, if he's in general pop or he's isolated. I'm not really sure. I know for the first 2 weeks he was quarantined. But other than that, we're not getting much updates out of that case. He hasn't gone back to court or anything like that. So that's the only update we have there. Next, we're going to get into the Summer Wells thing. You guys are probably going to think what I'm about to say is kind of weird. Here we go. These next 3 photos that I'm going to show you are aerial photos of her property and where they're looking, just so you guys can see. Yeah, they've got dogs. They've got 40 different departments together looking for this little girl, and they have been since Tuesday night. This is no joke to try to search through. The first 24 hours, they only cleared a mile around her house. This is not going to be an easy thing. But you can also see in the shot that shows her home there in the middle, there are no neighbors anywhere near this girl. She doesn't live on the road. So, like, when you say they saw her walking away from the home, in my mind anyway, I picture a home. Yeah, farm, rural, whatever. But I assume she went walking towards the road or down the road or whatever. This is not what I was picturing. This is a lot different. So I thought you guys might benefit from looking at these photos too. Just to kind of recap what we're talking about, in case you don't know, Summer Wells is in Rogersville, Tennessee. She's missing. She's been missing since Tuesday night. The police were called at 6:30 Tuesday night, and her parents said, they had been gardening during the day with Mom and Grandma. Summer had been gardening, planting flowers. Later on that day, Dad was according to the 911 call, the dispatcher said something about Dad works an hour away from home. So Dad wasn't home, according to the dispatch thing. Summer lives with both of her parents. They're both married. She has 3 older siblings. I think Grandma and Grandpa are around on the same property, from what I can tell. She doesn't fit the case, guys. To me, obviously, I'm not a professional. I'm sitting here watching true crime stuff like you guys. I'm not a body language expert. I'm not a profiler. I don't claim to be. And I did not stay at a Holiday Inn last night. In fact, I barely slept. I think I had 2 hours of sleep yesterday, so I could just be absolutely off my rocker. So take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. In my opinion, she doesn't match what you typically see when a parent hurts a kid. The reason I'm saying that is that's the rumor mill. People are really side-eyeing the dad. Now, part of that, I would say, came from the TBI update on Wednesday when I posted the video. So if you haven't seen that press conference, go back and watch that video. It's the whole press conference. One of the reporters asked if there was a history of domestic disturbance calls at this property. Did the police know this family? Were there any criminal records? And the police officer said, or the law enforcement, I think he's the sheriff, Hawkins County Sheriff, said, yes, the dad has a criminal record, but it's not relevant to this case. So, what does that mean? I don't know, because I haven't seen his criminal record. But at that point, and I know it's a press conference, and they, try to keep speculation pretty small. And sometimes they flat out lie to you at a press conference. I know that. But to me, it was like, we don't think he's suspicious at this point. Now, they said the parents, and they've continued to say, and I'm going to show you guys some more news clips, they're saying that the family is fully cooperating, that they're searching for the little girl, they're going to the prayer vigil thing, it seems legit. Now, I've racked the place hoping to see a plea for this little girl by her parents. That hasn't happened. There has not been a press conference with the parents. There has, however, been a prayer vigil, and the news crew did go, and Dad gave them a quick interview. And standing next to Dad is one of her older brothers. He probably is about 10, I would guess, 9, 10. But it's not a press conference. In my opinion, those show a lot more red flags to me, because you're under pressure, you're getting questions that, are asked by, I don't know, the police are standing there, you're being questioned. It's more of a, fight or flight kind of response. And you can see that this seems to be a pretty casual interview. He seems to be very open. I'm going to show it to you. In my opinion, I don't get this weird, sketchy dad did it and she's dead. Now, he has made reports of now that she's been missing, and he did not say this at the beginning, or at least they didn't release that he said it. He has said, what if somebody snatched her? What if somebody just snatched her? And he's pointing out that he thought she was downstairs in the basement, and the basement door was unlocked, and then she's just missing, which sounds kind of weird. If he had come out and said that on day one, I think I would have looked at him kind of funny too. But you're talking about a little girl that's been missing now since Tuesday afternoon. We're sitting at Saturday. This prayer vigil was taped yesterday on Friday on the 18th. So I can't tell you, if I had a kid missing for that many days and no answers, I wouldn't jump to that conclusion. So I'm not saying he's innocent, but I'm certainly not on the bandwagon of Dad did it, this little girl's dead. I'm going to hold out hope that she's still alive. Traipsed too far on the property, maybe fell and got hurt, or somebody has taken her. I mean, the chances of that are pretty slim once you look at the surroundings and how far away she would have to get and some random person would have to be driving by with the inclination to snatch up a beautiful little girl. It happens. Don't like to think about it, but it does happen. So don't come at me because I'm not on the oh my god he did it bandwagon. I'm not, and like I said earlier, I'm not an expert. If people give me weird vibes, I'll tell you about it. I do watch a lot of these things, but I'm not a professional. In my opinion, that interview doesn't send off all of my alarm bells. There are some, I would say weird things, but I guess some red flags or things that people are pointing out. The house isn't the cleanest. Okay. Right now, the picture that I've got on the screen is probably back at Christmas time. It looks to be Christmas lights in the background. I guess the more recent picture of her, and I'll put that in here because I do have it, her head is almost shaved. I mean, little hair, and apparently that's because she had a pretty bad lice problem. So people are, saying, oh, she's abused or, whatever. And maybe she is. But I'm still going to hold out hope that she's alive and that this is all just a really bad accident and she's found and brought home and there's not been, anybody that's done her harm or foul play involved. But that's my opinion of it. I'm going to show you guys the video from the vigil and the interview from the dad now, and y'all can make up your own mind.
Tonight, the community is coming together to show support for Summer's safe return as well as support for her family.
And many gathered today in Rogersville to pray, to sing. News Channel 11's Bianca Murray was at a vigil tonight. Bianca, we understand Summer's father and younger brother were there tonight.
Josh, that's correct. Her father and actually her older brother attending that gathering tonight just a short while ago as a church in Rogersville opened their doors to those who wish to pray for Summer's safe return.
I'm a new dad. I have a 1-year-old daughter. To see a young life in peril and just a community that wants to help.
Several community members joined the impromptu prayer vigil, some lighting candles and others kneeling in prayer. Summer's dad, Donald Wells, also joined.
She loves a lot of people, and a lot of people love her. We really appreciate what they've done. There's hundreds of people out there, and they're trying their best to find her, and we really appreciate them very much.
He recalled the moment of terror he found out his daughter was missing.
And I come from work and drove home as fast as I possibly could and drove to the bottom of our property, and I seen my boys here walking around and my neighbors all looking and searching, and I knew right then that she was gone because she don't never leave the property. By herself anyway.
And the search for Summer continues.
We pray that Summer is found safe. We pray for the family, for comfort for them to know that God is in control. And we also pray for all of the men and women who are working so hard to find her, find out anything they can, and be with them and keep them safe as they continue to search.
Don Wells told me this evening that he just wants his daughter back home and safe. Reporting live from the scene on Beach Creek Road, I'm Bianca Murray for News Channel 11.
If you have any information pertaining to Summer Wells' whereabouts, call 1-800-TBI-FIND. We have put that number. Also an email address where you can send in tips on W.
So when her mother come in, she says, "Where's Summer?" She went down in the basement. She didn't answer, so she went down there and she was gone. So she went out the basement door, which was unlocked, and we haven't seen her since.
This morning, Donald Wells spoke on camera for the first time since his daughter disappeared.
Please, let Summer be okay, and please come home.
He says it's unlikely Summer would leave the house on her own. Wells says the last time anyone in the family saw Summer was when she entered the house to play in the basement after gardening with her mother and grandmother. Wells also spoke about his gut feeling about Summer's whereabouts.
Some bad person grabbed her, but we have no idea.
Wells says law enforcement have covered leads on area sex offenders and drug addicts.
We're trying to think, beat our brains out. We've covered everything that we can think of already.
Investigators say they have followed up on 85 tips so far. Wells says he is overwhelmed by the massive numbers of personnel on site.
We just really appreciate everybody trying to help that they have, law enforcement and all these volunteers that are here. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life.
That was John Janko reporting those sentiments shared by Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, who said he has never seen a show of public support like this in his 4 decades of law enforcement.
Yeah, today the TBI and Sheriff Lawson said Summers' family does continue to cooperate in this ongoing search for the little girl. They say that at all points the family has continued to be assisting in this process.
But basically this update video is a couple of things that I'm going to talk about with Awen tomorrow night on the Hearsay Live. It's going to be on Father's Day. We decided to do it on a Sunday because we've done it on Friday before, we've done it on Saturday before. We keep doing it like 9 o'clock Eastern, which is really hard for people that are in different time zones across the pond. And I do have quite a few of those people, and some of them are my mods, so I'm trying to vary the time a little bit. So we're going to do Hearsay Live at 6 Eastern tomorrow. We're going to talk about this case. We're going to talk about Amari, the Amari Nicholson case. We're definitely going to be talking about Ronnie O'Neal. And if y'all don't know what that is, that's the video I'm working on next. Everybody and their mama is talking about his opening statements. He's the Florida guy that's being charged with 2 counts of murder of his girlfriend and his disabled daughter and the attempted murder of his 8-year-old, also disabled son who survived and takes the stand, by the way. But I'm going to save my opinions on that for the next video. But I'm going to talk about the trial, not just the opening. I have clips from the actual trial. Testimony, cross-examination, that kind of thing. We're going to talk about it all. But anyway, thanks for watching these videos, guys. I have a Patreon that's up and running now. If you haven't checked that out and it's something that you're interested in, the link to that will be down in the description box. I have one new patron since my last video, and I'm going to put their on the screen now. And until tomorrow, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.